Let's take a look at PureCloud. And PureCloud starts with the profile page. That's the story of you. From here I can see my profile icon as well as my current title within the organization. As we travel down that profile page, we have some information about our teammates as well as their real-time presence, seeing if they're currently available within the system, as well as our management structure. Let's say I need to get a hold of someone like Trent here on my team. I can see he's offline, but if I navigate to his profile, I would have all of that contact information, which allows me to click to email, click to dial, or even reach out to his cell phone in case of an emergency. PureCloud also pulls in skills and certifications, and that can be entered manually or pulled in through LinkedIn. The reason why that's so valuable is it allows you to search users within the organization based around those skills. So in this case, let's say I needed someone with the SQL development skill. I don't happen to know anyone that has that skill, so I'll just search in the system here. After I type in SQL, I get back every single person in the organization that has that skill set. That's a lot of people. To narrow that down, I can use the breadcrumbs, or the items on the left-hand side, that help me drill down to specifically what I'm looking for. In this case, I'm looking for someone in the Department of Development with the title of SQL Software Engineer. And if I needed to get even more specific, I could choose a hobby such as badminton. From here, I definitely want to reach out to Maura, as she's helped me in the past and I know she can help me in my current problem. So I'll go ahead and click Chat, and what that does is jump right into an internal chat. From here I have the ability to search the entire history of that chat. Let's say that Maura told me some information in the past and I wanted to key in off of that again. I could even invite others. If I wanted to make this a group chat, I could bring in more people with that skill set of SQL, or maybe even other people that Maura may have noted that would be useful to this issue here. At any point in time, I can escalate this chat to a phone call or even a video call. Once I've started that video call, I could even share my screen and show Maura exactly what I'm working on. Let's say I'm working on some SQL courses and I wanted to get her input. I could show her exactly what I'm looking at, so we're on the same exact page here. Now that we've seen a few of the items within PureCloud on the internal collaboration side, let's switch gears and take a look at the agent perspective. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and place myself on queue. On queue lets the system know that the agent's ready to take incoming interactions such as web chat, email, phone calls, or even more. Once an interaction is routed to an agent, that'll show in the Active Interactions task pane. And that task pane will contain any media type, such as phone calls, web chats, emails, or any other item that an agent might be taking. Once an agent has accepted a phone call, the first thing they see is their inbound call script. That allows them to take some information about that phone number and actually bring it to life. Here I can see that phone number is Tim Schufo from Florida. And we've taken that information and keyed it into a Google widget on the right-hand side. If agents need to access items such as a disclaimer or a Google search bar, we can embed that right within the script so that they don't have to leave the same internet tab or move to a different application. On the right-hand side, I have some options that help me as an agent navigate through this call. I can take a look at my canned responses, which can serve as a knowledge base to help me answer any common questions a caller may have on the phone. I can even leave internal notes about this call. So if the user was unhappy, I could mark that internally so that a supervisor could review it at a later period. And let's say in this situation that Tim actually had to leave for an appointment. Well, in that case, I could schedule a callback. That allows me to choose a date, time, and even time zone to call that user back and make sure that we can reach out to them in case they had to go. One nice feature in PureCloud is the ability to route that call back to the original agent. So if I am available and on queue, I'll be the one that reaches back out to Tim the next time we speak. A few other nice features about the agent view are call control. An agent has the ability to consult transfer, which means they can speak with that work group before they connect the two and send that customer over into the new work group there. So in this case, if I thought Tim would have been better served by the client services work group, I can search specifically for that queue and in real time see how many agents are available, as well as any phone calls, web chats, or emails waiting in the way. In this case, with just an estimated wait time of 10 seconds and 2 agents available, I would feel comfortable with sending Tim over to the client services work group here. So now that we've seen things from the agent perspective, let's go ahead and take a look at the supervisor views within PureCloud. As a supervisor, one of the views I utilize is a queues activity dashboard. The queues activity dashboard allows me to pull back every single work group within the system, and in real time, I can see how many phone calls are currently waiting within those queues, as well as how many calls are currently being served by agents. We also expose agent data on the right side, so I can see how many agents of mine are on queue within that work group, as well as how well we're meeting the service levels defined for each work group. In this case, I'd like to take a deeper dive into client services, and in this dashboard, I can see all of that same real-time data, but we're breaking it down a little bit further. On the top left, I see all of those phone calls that are currently waiting within the system, and on the bottom left, I see all of the phone calls currently being worked on by agents, giving me the option to listen in real time. On the right-hand side, I can see all of my agents currently active in that work group, and I can even filter on status, as well as how many calls they've answered in the day. We even have a service level toggle in the very top right named Performance. The Performance view allows us to see in real time all of the service level information, and we can break that down on the bottom on a half-hour interval to make sure our work group is handling the volume throughout the day and still hitting the service levels we have defined. To finish up, let's take a look at the PureCloud admin splash page. That dashboard allows the supervisor to go to any item they'd like to administrate within the system. In this case, we'd like to take a look at PureCloud Architect, our IVR call flow designer. PureCloud Architect breaks each of our call flows into 3 different types. Inbound call flows, which would be navigating through a menu within the system. In-queue call flows, which would be your hold music. Would you like to just have the customers listen to custom hold music, or maybe even present the option to allow them to leave a callback or hold their place in line, and an agent calls them when someone's ready to speak to that end customer? And outbound call flows allow you to define any outbound agentless calling campaigns. Think of a dentist office that's calling their customers about upcoming appointments. We can pull that data back and play through text-to-speech when their next appointment is and allow them to confirm right on the phone. Taking a look at an inbound call flow allows us to quickly modify some items right within PureCloud. On the left-hand side, we have our toolbox, and that's all the items we can use to modify that call flow, with our structure in the middle and all of our details on the right. In this case, if I just wanted to add a transfer to a work group, I could quickly choose the transfer option on the left-hand side and drag that right within the middle. On the right-hand side, I'll define that I'd like option 7 to route specifically to the client services work group, and I can even add a speech recognition item such as client services. So when the customer says client services, we'll automatically route to that work group in question here. We even have the ability to increase the priority of a call. So let's say you have a VIP customer. Well, we can check that on the back end using your database or PureCloud, and then increase the priority of that call to make sure it's answered first above any other calls in the queue and by the most capable agent.